Okay, welcome to this very informal test. So I'm going to ask you a part 2 question. I'd like you to describe a person you know who has moved into new accommodation. Okay, so you'll have a minute or so to make some notes.
Thank you.
T-minus 1 minute. T-minus 50 seconds. T-minus 40 seconds.
Okay, I'm ready.
Can you start speaking now, please?
Okay, so I think people move to new places or accommodations for various reasons, such as promotion at work, education opportunities, or just to explore a different lifestyle. So recently, my teacher, he just moved to a new accommodation, none other than an RV, or what we called it, a recreational vehicle. Normally, people would move to like houses, apartments, or mansion, but to me, my teacher, he is a creative, an ambitious and hardworking person who always seek new opportunities to grow and learn. That's the whole reason why he wanted to move to an RV, is that he uses it to me that he is too sick of living in a normal apartment just like everyone else. And moving into an RV is a way of life for him to explore different cultures, and he's living in the middle of nowhere. Partly because this is because of his work, he's having this big promotion at work, and living in the RV in the middle of nowhere is the perfect place for him where there are no disturbance around him, and he can further focus on his career much more effectively. I think my teacher's moves has positively impacted me. I'm happy to see someone that I learn a lot from, taking risks, making bold moves. It's really inspiring because it's someone who inspired me to step out of my comfort zone and pursue much greater things in my life. Also, my teacher's moves has reflected a lot to me about my life and career. Seeing him take these big steps and bold moves actually make me reconsider about my goals and aspirations. So moving into this RV of him has made me realize that sometimes in life, we can achieve so much more if we stepped out of the norm and be ourselves.
That was really excellent. I can't believe that you're 13-year-old and you're speaking with such confidence. It's really impressive. Yeah, I guess last week I talked about the ability to use a wide range of vocabulary, but what really springs out to me with your speaking is your pronunciation. You've got really great emphasis when you're speaking, and it sounds so natural, really like a native English speaker. So I'm just incredibly impressed by your performance. In terms of the lexical resource or the vocabulary you use, it was a good range. You said he was ambitious and hardworking, living in the middle of nowhere. It's truly inspiring. It inspired me to step out of my comfort zone. It made me reconsider my goals and aspirations. So a really nice variety of vocabulary being used. But my absolute favorite thing about the way you speak is your pronunciation. Let's move on to part 3, which are some questions that are kind of related to the part 2 topic. So we talked about somebody who's moved into their own accommodation, and I'd like to talk about becoming independent. What are some of the skills that young adults need to learn in order to become independent adults?
A lot of skills that young adults need to learn. So for example, how to survive in this world. Because let's just say that survive in this real world is dangerous. Because you cannot know whether you walked off the street, somebody's gonna hit you, somebody's gonna do something to you. So I think number 1 is to learn how to survive in the real world. And number 2 is that you have to be confident and be yourself in this world. Because I think that, like I said in the section 2, be yourself and step out the norm is really important. Because as for me, that is how you show yourself and freedom of expression.
Thank you very much.